6 years ago this month, I decided that I was going to actually go all in into my notary business, not just getting my commission and hoping for the best. I went all in, got my EIN, got my E&O insurance, did NNA courses, signed up for all of the databases, signing services that I to reach out to, sign up for. The whole shebang, my printer, my scanner, all of those things I got, and I was ready to go. 6 years ago, I went all in. I can't believe it's insane. But the first thing that I've learned is that marketing never stops. It never stops. If you're in these notary groups, it's something that I'm always like telling people in the comments. The marketing never stops, right? That's the one thing that you have to do. Yeah, sure, you're signing up for these signing service databases, hoping someone will give you a job, but you have to keep marketing. And one thing that was like super important to me was to make sure that I had my own business, my own direct clients. So marketing never stops. You can't get comfortable. You have to continue to market to different, again, whoever you want to work with. You have to continue to market to the people, like the regular people, the general public, right? That would be like your Google My Business page, reaching out to signing services, title companies, attorneys, the people that you want to work with and you want to be your clients. You need to make sure that you're continuously reaching out to them. I just started receiving consistent work from someone who I started marketing to 4 years ago. So I was 2 years in, and I got no business from them, but continuously marketing, being there on socials, liking their content. I just started like getting business for them. That's one. And then like two, right? One, it took forever, right? It took 4 years to get business. I'm getting a few like consistent phone calls, and there's the volume. You can get so excited to add a new client to your database, but you don't even know what their volume is like. You'll have some people, like I have signing services that I call me like once or twice a month. I have a signing service that maybe uses me 4 times a year, maybe like once a quarter. They'll use me. And yeah, they're direct clients, but they clearly don't have that volume to use me. Or maybe I'm not at the top of their list in regards to like their top notaries. You don't know. You don't know where you fall. You don't know what the situation is. So you need to continue marketing with, again, marketing and putting yourself out there. You can't stop. Even if you have 50 clients, if I counted like the directs, I'm sure I would be maybe around 25, 30-ish. And every one of them, like I said, has different volumes. Some I can get 10 or 15 a month. Others I'll get business once a quarter. Some once a year. There's a real estate company. They buy commercial real estate. They have an in-house notary. They call me when she's sick or when the weather is really bad, like snow days. So I don't see them that often, but I do get hired by them, again, a few times a year. That volume isn't consistent, that like, whoo, that's it, I only need this one client. The volume is not always going to be there. So you never know. And you also don't want to just be dependent on one client. If they like all your volume is that if something happens, a relationship falls apart, I don't know, weird things be happening in these streets, what are you going to do when you no longer have that client? And then of course you have the signing services. That's a great place to start. I do believe in starting there, but you can't let that be your end all be on. You're sharing a piece of the pie. I know everyone thinks that, you want to take the whole pie. I've contracted notaries, and if someone requested $400, I don't got it, or I'm taking the L for the client. Like, that's not doing business for me. Not everyone is always going to have it, especially the larger signing services. I understand I'm taking a piece of the pie. Is very similar to like real estate, where they have lead gen, and a company gets the lead for you, gives you the lead, they take a piece of that. Yes, I'm still doing all the work as the notary, as the realtor, going out on the streets with them, doing all of the work, and I still have to pay a referral fee to the company that gave me that lead. So it is the same thing as a notary. You're paying that piece of that pie for that client. You did not curate that client, but that's a whole other thing. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's the difference between having a business and just having a job. I think that when you're just like working with signing services and being capped that way, it's like having a job. And again, I say again because I feel like I've said this in so many other videos, I did not quit a 9 to 5 to be treated like an employee. I did not do that. I wanted to be independent and do things on my own terms. And the only way to do that is to have your own client, right? So that brings me to lesson 2. The direct clients give you the freedom, right? The freedom to say no, the freedom to set your rate, and to actually have a life, right? I still work with signing services here or there. It's not that many. I work with 4 actively. Only 4. It used to be more. I don't work with the big boys too often anymore. Your Bank Serve, Jot, Rocket Close. I set my rates. They only call me in regards to it being an emergency when they need me. And sometimes I'm already booked. So even then, when I get their phone call, I'm already booked and busy. So I can't be dependent on them and going back and forth about a rate. This is a lot of work. When you're actively doing it, it's a lot of work going out there scanning. And last week was a heat wave, bro. Like, it's too hot for all of that. And pivoting to what notary also brought me, like, to my surprise, like, being a notary actually makes me a better agent. There are a lot of things that I am involved in behind the scenes, the back end as a notary, that real estate agents won't know about because they're not a part of it, right? So I know what often is going on the back end with the attorneys, with the title companies, with the lender, and it helps me walk my clients through that. And then also I'm familiar with the documents as well, so I can tell them what they should expect, what type of documents, things that they should be looking at beforehand. Make sure, did you get your CD? We have closing, and did you see your CD already? Did you see the final? Did you see the CD is the closing disclosure? Did you see the settlement statement? Those are important documents that I'm always asking, like, did you get a chance to look at it? Does everything look good? Whether I'm at the signing or not, the closing or not, I want them to know, like, these are things that they need to be aware of. Look at them. You know, don't be afraid to ask their lender questions, because this is the day that you close, and you want to be ready. And so often as a notary, we know that clients are often not ready. They're not prepared. They've never seen anything. No one spoke to them about anything. So me, when I'm pivoting, right, when I'm putting my realtor hat on, I am asking them the questions of, did they see these documents? Are they comfortable with the numbers that they saw, so that when they're in front of the notary, because it can just be them and the notary, that they feel confident in signing the documents that we're signing? Because I know what that's like as a notary, where they're looking at me like, girl, like, help me. And I'm like, I can't help you. Like, I'm not here to explain anything to you. Someone on your team should have done this for you. So I try to make it easier on my fellow notary when my clients are sitting in front of you. Try to make sure that they are fully prepared. And that being a notary allowed me to run 2 businesses that coincide with each other, and that wouldn't have happened if I treated my notary business like a side hustle. Because I treat it like a business is why I get to do the things that I do today. What did 6 years teach me? Well, it taught me that there are absolutely no shortcuts. None. I know people try to make it seem like it's easy. Just sign up with the signing services, you're gonna get business. I was ready and all signed up in July. It was more towards the end of July, but I was all signed up for everything in July. I didn't get my first closing. I was hitting it. I was hitting accept. I didn't get my first closing until November of 2020. So that is August, September, October, November, 4 months of being ready. I didn't receive my first closing. Everyone's reality is everyone's reality is going to be different. You are going to experience different things, but you also have to make sure that you're ready for everything. So you can't just get your commission, sign up with signing services, and think that like that's just it. You know, take whatever courses you want to take. Are the courses necessary? No. However, it's an easy place to find everything that you need to find versus getting partial information, right? You can get one piece of, okay, I know how to fill out your acknowledgments, but I want to go into loan signings and I don't know what documents are in there, right? Like it's just, it has everything in there for you when you're taking a course someone curated from their own experience and put that together for you to learn, versus learning just like from personal experience, learning from your mistakes. The courses can help you what's the word that I'm looking for, can help you not make certain mistakes, right? You learn from someone else so that you can avoid big time mistakes. That reality check is being a notary is a business. You need to treat it like a business. I say it so many times. It takes business, it takes work. It's a grind. It's a grind. I have so many people in my database. Not all of them use me. I'm always checking in. Hello, hi, I'm here. I don't know when they're actually going to use me, but it's going to pay off if you stay consistent. And I feel like that's like with anything. If you read, listen to podcasts, watch videos like this, everyone's always going to tell you to be consistent, right? The consistency is key. When someone is working out and losing weight, they are being consistent with how they're eating. They're being consistent with working out. The same thing with you being a notary is being consistent, right? I have my degree in psychology. I'm a teacher. I couldn't have done that without being consistent of, right, being a student, studying, showing up every day because that was a goal that I wanted to achieve, right? Have my degree, become a teacher. That's what I wanted. I was consistent in doing that. You're going to have to be consistent with anything that you want to do, and that includes being a notary, right? The consistency is going to bring you direct clients that are going to trust you. You get to control your income and you're building something that works for you. You're not just on a platform. You can't control what, yes, you can always counter, but you can't control. I've seen a lot of people posting, I countered 5 times and I saw it the next morning only for $10 more. That signing service might not have the bread and they're hoping someone closer or someone who would take that price will take the price. They might not have the bread to do that without taking a loss. Like nobody wants to take an L, and if you're consistently taking an L, like you're in the negative, bro, and then you're also still not running a business. So I understand that, and like I'm cool if no one takes my counter. Like I'm Gucci with that all day. I can't be capped out by someone else that has their business to run. I have to focus on my business, right? But again, the consistency, make sure that you don't quit. A lot of notaries, I'll notice, quit in the first year or two, a few months, because they don't see what everyone is talking about. And if I quit within the first 4 months, I wouldn't have got my first job. Right? And me thinking like, oh, like it's like 4 months is not enough time. Like, what did you do? Did you market? Something that I'm always asking people in the notary groups. Are you actively marketing? Are you networking? Are you meeting people? I like to call it shaking hands and kissing babies. Are you out here shaking hands and kissing babies to get that business? Because if you're not going to see the fruits of your labor, and you're going to feel like you're doing it all for nothing. But I'm glad that I stuck with it. It is a grind. Sometimes I cry because I feel like I'm not doing enough. And then other times I'm like, yo, you a baddie. You did that. Like all your hard work meant something. So if you're thinking about like giving up, don't. Keep grinding. Stay consistent. The work is real. Drop a comment if there's one thing that you wish you knew before you got started. Let me know. I'll be reading all the comments, of course. Like, subscribe, share with a notary friend that you think that you can use this. And as always, thanks for watching. Bye.